Our topic is all about geophysical and Earth's resources. So first, let us all know what is geophysical. Geophysical is a branch of earth science dealing with the physical processes and phenomena occurring especially in the earth and its vicinity. So ang geophysical daw is branch or connected siya sa earth science nga deal sa physical processes, and when we say physical, it talks about the physical, the structure, the area, and also including naani katong mga porma sa bato and the phenomena occurring especially in the earth. In short, ang geophysical focuses only about our earth. So like what I've said ganina, including naani ang structure of the earth. And we already know about the structure of the earth, right? Ginatudunan ni sa ato since elementary days pa lang nga naanay nga naay atmosphere, crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core sa ato ang earth. So next is, why do we have to study geophysical? Geophysics is also fundamental to the needs of society. It is essential for exploring energy, water, and mineral resources, monitoring environmental impact and change, and assessing natural and man-made hazards. So fundamental or needs kaya po siya sa atuang society. We have to study about geophysical para ma-explore natang about sa energy, water, and mineral resources. For us also to monitor the environmental impact and changes. Kaya for example, kung mahitabo around us, we all know or we can do something about it. We can do something para ma-save man nato ang atong environment or ang atong earth kung naaman gali mali nga kakahitabo. O dili na po ta maignorante. So next is the geophysical method. So geophysical method exploration. Geophysics is an applied branch of geophysics and economic geology, which uses physical methods such as seismic, gravitational, magnetic, electrical, and electromagnetic at the surface of the earth to measure the physical properties of the subsurface, along with the anomalies in those properties. It is most often used to detect or infer the presence and position of economically useful geological deposits such as ore, minerals, fossil fuels, and other hydrocarbons, geothermal reservoir, and groundwater reservoir. Exploration geophysics can be used to directly detect the target style of mineralization via measuring its physical properties directly. For example, one may measure the density contrast between the dense iron ore and the lighter silicate host rock, or one may measure the electrical conductivity contrast between and conductive sulfide minerals and the resistive silicate host rocks. So kanina ang geophysical method is a method on how to measure something, like how to measure the density, the measure the electrical conductivity. So muna siya ang tumong or muna siyang gamit sa geophysical method. So physical methods mo siyang ginagamit or methods for measuring or detecting something under the area. First is the seismic, second gravitational, third magnetic, and then electrical, and lastly ang electromagnetic.
Earth resources. Earth is a rich natural resources that we use every day. These resources are any valuable material of geologic origin that can be extracted from the earth. So energy resources is a major resources that all Americans rely on. Is petroleum fuel, which is oil or natural gas. Petroleum is an earth material that forms within the earth and can be burned to produce heat and electricity or made into gasoline. Other fuels are coal, uranium, and alternative energy, wind, tidal, and solar. So ang energy resources is the one of the humankind's earliest fuel sources today to generate electricity. However, over time there has been a shift in the demand of cheaper and cleaner fuel options, such as the non-renewable energy resource of natural gas and renewable options like solar, powder, and wind energy. Each energy resources has its advantages and disadvantages. So the non-metallic resources or the other natural resources that is very important to us is rock. We depend on sandstone, granite, and other types of bedrock formed within on the earth to build our schools, homes, and skyscrapers. We use the mineral calcite as a main ingredient. So, ano siyang ginagamit every time that we are building our schools, our homes, and everything useful siya ni. So, in cement and red clay to make bricks, we use sand, gravel, gypsum, and sulfur in everyday times. Soil is yet another natural resources that is necessary to support all plants, life on Earth. So, there are two types of non-metallic resources, which is industrial minerals and building materials. Industrials include that table salt, silica or glass, and silvite or fertilizer. The mineral tail is a very soft and scratches most other surfaces, so is a main ingredient in some cleaning abrasive. Small garments can be attached to paper to make heavy duty, and sandpaper, kaolinite, which is a very low, is used in Cowpictate is a soothe stomach discomfort. Next is the building materials. Include crushed stone, gravel, and sand, also known as aggregate. Aggregate is a component for making concrete. Limestone is also in concretes and paving stones. Gypsum is used in a drywall and plaster. Metamorphic or marble, igneous granite, and sedimentary rock or sandstone are used for building materials. Marble, which is metamorphosed limestone, is used in statues and headstones. So although the metallic and non-metallic resources come from the ground, and these are renewable resources because they take millions to billions of years to form. Metallic resources is an iron, copper, aluminum, lead, zinc, gold, silver, and many more are considered valuable resources that are vital for our modern society. And extracting the source of separating it from the surrounding rock must be feasible. The waste rock is called gangu. The separate process is called concentrating. Refining can be done by smelting, which removes unwanted elements from the metal that is being processed. This relies on chemical process but also on the burning of fossil fuels in order to produce the heat for the smelting process. Common uses of natural resources are everywhere. It is nearly impossible to cease consuming natural or geological resources together. So for example, these are the example of things that you commonly use. A pencil is uses in zinc and copper to make the brass, petroleum for the eraser, iron in the machinery to make the pencil, pigments day, and graphite as the only renewable resources in your pencil is the wood. And next is example is your jeans. Although they have almost all cottons are usually blended with petroleum-based synthetic fibers to cut down on shrinking. And also the example is a zipper. On those same jeans is made out of copper and zinc. And the dye in all your fabrics came from petroleum.
So I am Will Rose Puro. I will be the one to tackle Earth's biggest resources. So there are four types of natural resources on Earth. So renewable, living, and non-renewable, and fossil fuels. So first is renewable resources is something that can be renewed. For an example, an apple tree. If you plant an apple seeds, after a while there will be a new apple tree. So renewable resources are important because if you could not plant stuff from other plants, then we would not be able to grow other things. So for me, my example is kanang Ako, I am a driver. So, ang driver, di ba, need all driver license. But, akong driver license is expire. So, kailangan ginako siya i-renew. Okay, para dili ko mamultahan. So, that is renewable resources. Next is living resources are important to us because they give us food. Some example are cattle, blackberries, pork, and strawberries. If we did not take care of our living plants and animals, then we would have enough food. So, living resources, so kailangan gid siya sa atuan no kay kung dili ta kakaon, so magsakit man ta. So kailangan pud nato alagaan ang atong mga animals ug plants, atong vegetables or fruits, so para naatay makaon. Then living resources are being have symbiotic relationship with one another. Human beings need to responsibly make use for natural resources. Then next is non-renewable resources such as iron, gold, silver, and copper are important because we need them for coins, weapons, and jewelry. It is important that we use them wisely or else we will run out of them. So coins is common man gyud siya sa ato, ano, need man gyud nato siya for them makapalit ta sa atong needs. Then so sa weapons, not just a kuan pang soldier nga weapons, it could be a kuan a kutsilyo. So kailangan man gyud nato ang kutsilyo para mag-slice atong pagkaon or sa pana. And then jewelry, it is not need, dili gid kayo nato need ang jewelry, di ba? Kay when we say jewelry, okay, ay kana siya pasikat naman na, no. So but jewelry is an example of non-renewable. So the original organic matter that with the aid of heat and pressure become a fuel such as oil or gas. So lastly is fossil fuel such as oil, coal, and diesel are very important because if we did not have oil, how would we have gas? Coal fuels power plant. If we did not have, how would we get power? And if we did not have diesel, how would we power big trucks, engines, and home? So if we didn't have oil, so di ba dili ingon nga oil ni for us to fry kanang magprito ta, no. But it is an example. The other thing is oil sa atong mga vehicle. So without oil, dili na magahi kayo sa iliyok-liyok tungod nagtaya na. So kailangan gid nato siya og oil. If we would if didn't have diesel, how would we power? So kini, so if wala tay mga gas sa atong vehicle, saan nato pag-andar, diba? So kailangan gyud siya ang fossil fuel sa mga big trucks or other vehicles. So fossil is also use of energy resources they use to produce electricity.
The Earth's major resources. Earth's major resources include air, water, soil or land, and minerals. Air is all around us, but we can see it. It is a mixture of different gases. Air is important to us humans, animals, and also plants for our respiration. Water. About 71% of the Earth's surface is water covered. It continuously circulates through one of the Earth's most powerful systems, the water cycle, meaning that the amount of water in, on, and above our planet does not increase or decrease. Soil or land. Less than 30% of Earth's surface is covered by land. It is considered the primary factor of production. Minerals. Around 99% of minerals in Earth's crust are made up of 8 elements. These minerals help us develop new technologies and are used in our everyday lives, including building materials, cosmetics, cars, roads, and appliances. Minerals are also consumed by humans to maintain a healthy lifestyle and strengthen the body.